Good morning. Good morning. My name's Rodney Glover. I'm the candidate for governor for Florida. And I'm here to tell you that you need to study. You need to study politics. You need to understand it because anybody and everybody that has the money is going to come out and they're going to use keywords. I'm going to help you understand this really fast. When they tell you that, hey, I want to address affordability. And you'll say, my problem with affordability is I can't afford anywhere to live. So you get caught up in just the word affordability. But someone who studied understands something that the follow-up question needs to be only this question. This is no other question to this. If your problem is that rent is a problem, hey, what are you going to do about affordability? What bill is that associated to? If you get no answer to that, you know right then and there that you're being lied to and you're being manipulated based on your hardship. Because the reality is this, if I tell you that I want to address affordability, the first and only thing I'm going to tell you flat out is I'm going to reform Senate Bill 102, the Live Local Act. I know that off the top of my head because citizens have told me that it is too expensive to rent in the state of Florida. I know it off the top of my head. That's why I can touch it. I can tell you that I'm going to take the wording out of there that says we will not address rent control in the state of Florida. I can tell you that 100% because I understand that. I'm just not going to use affordability because that term is used as a blanket term because everybody says that something needs to be affordable, but the studied voter knows that it needs to target the actual problem. When I come to you and I tell you that I'm asking you for your vote and you keep asking me why, it's to hold elected officials accountable. Well, they're not accountable to you. And I can tell you why, because because I studied what our recall laws are right now. And 100.361 is our only recall law, and it doesn't let us hold any of our legislators accountable to its citizens. I'm studied. And you are too. Because when you come to me, when you go to Glover2026.com, there is nothing that does not point back to a piece of legislation. But today, right now, we don't know how to study. Our kids come home and they say, we don't want homework. You don't want homework, then how do I know you're well studied? How do I know that you're retaining the knowledge and somebody's just not able to tell you something that emotionally touches you, but logically you can't tie it to anything? That's why when we say that we need to bring these things home, we need to be able to study. You cannot just hear somebody out there tell you that, hey, yeah, I'm here for affordability. Never tie it to a bill. Never tie it to a piece of legislation. So these next couple of videos, these things I'm doing, they're to educate you as to why my governance as governor will be the best for you. Because not only am I studied, I'm going to have you studied. I'm going to make sure that when you say something, you understand. So when you tie something to anything, you're going to know exactly where that needs to go. If you don't hear that, then someone's lying to you. If you don't hear, hey, how are you going to address affordability? And I can tell you right now, I've looked at these other candidates tell you something. Nowhere in there are they talking about how they're going to do that. It's just enough because they know you're not studied because the data shows it. The data shows it because we have parents out here who say, stop sending our kids back home with all this homework, teaching them not to study. I'm not that type of governor. You will be studied, you will be and you will be well taught, and you will be well learned so you can apply that at the voting booth. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate the effort, but let's get to studying. You guys have a great morning. See you soon.